I like so much about what you said. There's a few different things I wanted to touch on. One is I'm really glad you brought up, mental health, and you brought this up a few times, mental health. We just did an interview with Royce Isaacs, and the same subject came up, mental health.
Love Royce.
Oh,
One of my
he's
favorite
great.
people.
Great. And wrestling and mental health for a long time kind of didn't go hand in hand, but it seems like that stigma's starting to change, which is great to see. More people are embracing the mental health aspect, and I love that you brought that up. Another thing you brought up, and I'm just going to touch on this real quick, the RF thing, the scandal. We do have a video on that with Sal Rinauro talking about it, guys. So when you're watching this, go and look it up. I believe it's titled something to the effect of Sal Rinauro on when Ring of Honor almost died or closed down, something to that effect.
Sounds
And
about right.
he talks about the weekend where, right after it happened and they had a show and everyone had to band together because they didn't even know if it'd be the last show, and it was super interesting. So check that out. But I do want to talk more about your training and Ring of Honor because that's so fascinating, the Ring of Honor school, because I feel like it kind of got a bad rap from a lot of fans for a while, and I don't really know why or if it was fair to, because, I mean, look at the trainers there. You had some incredible trainers.
Okay, so what we could talk about the school. So the first time I actually went to the school, it was in a warehouse in Bristol, PA. I went for a training seminar with Kenta. And I
Wow.
got lost on my way there. I showed up late. I wasn't in the shape to do anything, but that was where I talked to Bryan Danielson about the school, and he seemed very surprised that I wanted to sign up. And come to find out, it turns out because nobody wanted to sign up because Bryan was so intimidating to people that anybody that wanted to learn how to become a professional wrestler realized that, like, I'm probably going to die trying to do this with Bryan Danielson. So he was like the most intimidating person. Only two people ever signed up for the Ring of Honor school while Bryan was there. I was one of them. There was another kid that just quit. I ended up tearing my shoulder,
Oof.
and just as an example, I tore my shoulder, and I had no room to complain because Bryan had actually torn his shoulder in a match with Nigel McGuinness like 3 weeks before that and couldn't even lift his arm. And he's like, "We just do jumping jacks with one arm now." Like he no excuses, and I was all excuses. So the previous trainers there were CM Punk was the first trainer, then Austin Aries, then Bryan Danielson, and then it was Delirious. And eventually, Ring of Honor was sold and things changed. And I think now Cheeseburger trains people. But yeah, it was just think of that, like Punk, Aries, Bryan Danielson, and then Delirious all trained a whole bevy of professional
Yeah.
wrestlers.